Hey everyone, it's Shelby. I just wanted to do a little video update because I've had a lot of people reach out to me wanting to know whatever transpired from the surgery I had back at the beginning of April that I had posted about. A little backstory on that. Back in February, I went to the emergency room because I used Dr. Google and diagnosed myself with pancreatitis, which it was not pancreatitis. But they did a abdomen CT to make sure it wasn't pancreatitis. And my abdomen, everything looked good, but they found a bunch of little spots on the bottoms of my lungs. So I went to a pulmonologist who ordered a full CT of my lungs because on the first CT you could only see the bases of my lungs. And before I even got home from the hospital from having that CT done, Poppy, cut it out. Hey, stop it. That's really obnoxious. The pulmonologist called me wanting to schedule me for a bronchoscopy because she said I had more spots all over my lungs. Poppy's playing the piano. Poppy, can you come over here and sit and just relax? Come here. Okay, sit down. Be a good girl for a minute. But anyways, okay, sit. So there were spots all over my lungs. I had the bronchoscopy done and it came back inconclusive. They said that, they weren't able to take big enough biopsies from just the bronchoscopy. So that's why she referred me to the thoracic surgeon that I saw, who did the the resection of my right lung and took the big piece. Well, everybody here, every room full of specialists looking at my scans could not figure me out. They say we live in Louisville, Kentucky, and we're in the Ohio Valley, and it's not abnormal to see a spot or a couple of spots on somebody's lungs just because of the air quality in the Ohio Valley. But they had never seen scans that looked like mine. So they sent my biopsy from my lung resection to the University of Michigan. So there's this big shot pathologist there, pathology genius. And they finally came back and diagnosed me with lung cancer. But I am very, very lucky. Not that I have cancer, but I'm very, very lucky in the fact that it's only stage 1 and it is contained in my lungs. So I'm not a smoker. I've never been a smoker. So we don't really know why I have lung cancer. But, I'm very, very lucky that I found the group of doctors that I did that were so proactive in trying to figure me out and didn't just write me off and look at me like I'm a healthy 27-year-old, like most doctors do. I had started going to doctors because I was feeling just really overly tired, and everybody kept saying, oh, you have twins, and it's like, people don't understand. I know how I feel. I know what's normal for me and what's not. If I wake up at 8 a.m. by noon, I'm hardly keeping my eyes open. That's how exhausted I was. So it was really hard for me just to get through everyday life. But anyways, I'm so thrilled with my group of doctors that I have found. Let's see, I don't have to do traditional chemo, which is great. I won't lose my hair or anything like that. I'll be taking it in pill form. And it's still going to cause some physical ailments for me, I'm sure, but at least, I'm not going to lose my hair, which sounds so vain, but I'm a girl, a 27-year-old girl. Nobody wants to lose their hair. Actually, when I first found out, I messaged all my sisters in a group chat and told them they better go together and get me a, really good freaking wig. But luckily, it's not going to be necessary. So I don't have to do radiation at the moment or anything like that. It is contained in my lungs. I've had a brain MRI and a full body scan, and it is not in any other organs. So unfortunately there's no cure, but the only options really are to go in and take it out. But mine is so widespread across both my lungs that if they were to do that, I wouldn't have any lungs left. So chemo was really my only option other than the sitting and waiting option, which is like pretty much waiting to see, every 3 months getting scanned and wait for it to grow. And I'm not going to sit and just wait for it to grow and possibly move to another part of my body right now where it's not. In my opinion, the very worst thing about this is that I cannot have any more children. The chemo that I'm going to be on causes severe birth defects and sorry, that part sucks for me a lot, but it causes really bad birth defects. So even if I was to go into remission, they don't want me to come off of the treatment just because, it could come back resilient and, hi buddy, it could come back, resistant to the treatment I was already doing. And I'm very lucky that it's not a very aggressive treatment that I have to go through right now. So, I don't really want to take that chance. I have 2 kids that I really need to make sure I'm around a long time for. So as of right now, this is all happened in like the last month, you guys, like the last month and a half, all of this has happened. So right now I'm going through the process of trying to figure out if I can freeze my eggs. That way one day via surrogate, I could possibly have another child. And I have to get that whole process taken care of before I can start my chemo. So if everything goes well, I'll be starting the injections, like it's kind of like IVF injections. I'll be starting those injections next week. So fingers crossed that everything works out on that front because I really didn't want to be done having babies. Like I said, there's no cure, but the doctor's pretty optimistic at the fact that I could be on this treatment for years and years. Now, he can't give me a definite, like he's like, it could go 2 years without me having any growth or anything like that, or I could go 20 plus years without having any kind of growth or anything from the cancer. So we're fingers crossed for 20 plus years or for a cure eventually, because those are kind of my only options at the moment. So I just wanted to update everybody because I know there's been quite a few people reaching out, and instead of awkwardly responding to everybody one by one, I felt like this was just much easier. And it's actually, I think, one of the first few times I've said that I've had cancer out loud. That's still crazy to me, but it is what it is, and we're just gonna keep living life the way we're living it and start our treatment and get adjusted to that, and then we'll get back to the everyday grind. But if you've seen me not really being really active with real estate or life in general, it's just because I have appointments almost every single day. For like the last few weeks, I've had appointments almost every single day. So that's what's going on with me. Just wanted to update you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for caring and thank you for your support. And just pray for my little girls that they have a mama to stick around for a very long time. Love you all.